YouTube takes a second to start. Hey, we're live. Are we actually live? Hold on. Guys, can you... Hello, everybody. Welcome, Schmoedown Verse. Welcome to Twitch. I'm back on the channel.
This is not Twitch. We have intro videos here.
Oh, sir. Bro, trust me. It's been a minute. Welcome, everybody. This is the Schmoedown Battlefield Breakdown here on the Call to Action channel. I'm your host today, Dylan Camacho. Fresh off of intro, with me is the wonderful, the talented, the beautiful, my sister, Alex Mack.
Yeah, so for the second show in a row, I'm sorry to disappoint. It was supposed to be Kelsey last week, supposed to be Alex tonight, but instead you get me.
Duped you.
Suck it.
It's the invasion. It's the boys. We've taken over again. Glad to be here with you, Jake. I'll still use all of those terms for you.
Do what you do.
So, man, guys, there was a couple matches that happened this evening. Did any of you all catch that? Any of you all catch it? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you caught this little pay-per-view thing. Danny Cost in the chat. Cost Like Claw says, Alex got a nice full beard. Not for long. It's too hot. We got to cut it. What's up, people? What's up, Kurt? How's it going, buddy? We got Kelsey in here. It was never supposed to be last week, but I'll be on live this week. Yeah, so, all right. That's a funny story. I actually said that I was totally fine to be on that episode for last week. And then, nobody paged me. I didn't look at the chat. And then, Jake ended up rolling in, and that's when you were interviewing, Mike and Taylor. And I was like, I think I was supposed to be good for that, but I also never heard anything. I said, hey, I'm good. And then I think Kelsey just took the bullet for that. So, Kelsey, way to be my bullet.
Yeah, it was never supposed to be Kelsey. We just got our signals crossed a little bit.
Guys, we've got
Ryan Kramer. If you don't want spoilers, then I love you, bro, but you can get the fuck
out. Ryan, I'll do my best. Which is not much. Kelsey says, hashtag blame Dylan. Whoa. I run a whole Twitch channel. Wow. All right. I'm not responsible for the Wild West over here on YouTube. All right. We just make all the money and do all the talent and fame, and you guys talk about Schmoedown. So.
Look, just because you had a couple little successful no-chill episodes, nobody noticed it till it was on the YouTube channel.
Which is funny because you can catch those only on YouTube. Hey, I love No Chill, but I'm not here to talk about No Chill.
Oh, No Chill is great. I'll talk about No Chill.
Oh my gosh, that is me and Nat or something. That's magic right there. But we're not here to talk about that. We're not here about Twitch Tuesdays. Twitch Tuesdays is where it's at. Will McLean can vouch for it. If you're not checking that out every Tuesday, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. We wing that shit every single time. It's a ridiculous show. You don't have to tune in every week, but I do appreciate the times that you do.
I should probably put the Twitch channel on the overlay.
Probably should, man. I think that's a good thing. Stepping out, but having some flash. All right, much love, Kelsey. Get out of here before spoilers start coming in.
Later, Kelsey.
All right, guys. So, final warning. We're actually going to talk about spoilers. So,
if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail.
Yeah, the whole thumbnail. Well, to be fair, the thumbnail is misleading. It was supposed to have Alex on here, and now you're on here, and now we're talking spoilers. Blame DLC. I don't know what Dylan's middle name is. It is Edward, so it'd be DEC, but that's close. Good night, Kelsey. Okay, everybody. Without further ado, let's start talking about some matches. Jake, we had Danger Zone versus Korruption. Before we go into the match at all, Now, we're an action-friendly podcast by and far, but I want your honest take. Who'd you have going into this match?
I had Danger Zone. I did.
I won't lie to you. I had Danger Zone too. But here's my conundrum. Fantasy League has shaped my opinion so hard on these matches that, admittedly, I wasn't going to be happy with either. None of these people either Mike, Chance, Ben, and Dan none of which are in my roster. So I'm like, okay, worst comes to worst, I guess I'll vouch for Danger Zone because, I mean, who doesn't want to see Ben try to get a title and Dan win titles like he always does? But by God, do I like Alex not getting more points than she already has in the Fantasy League. So Korruption, spoiler, guys, we're getting into it. Korruption ran away with this match. Round 1 did all the damage, and they just that was it. It was a round 1 knockout, really, if we want to call it for what it is. All the rest of it was pretty straightforward. Round 2, perfects on both sides. Round 3, hit the fives. I know I'm not being as eloquent as Megs is. She usually has a spreadsheet and goes on to this. But, guys, I want to hear chat's thoughts on Chance coming in and doing work and Ben and Dan's first round, because this is where I want to talk about the meat of the match. This is where all the conflict happened. Jake.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single person that expected that first round from Dan and Ben.
No, God, no. How do I send it on here? Hey, we got Danny dropping $1.99. How do I send a bit on here? Corgo. That's the Twitch banter stuff that we love. Thank you, Danny. Always, my friend. You figured it out.
Yeah, thanks for spending money for us that you're gonna benefit.
It's just, listen, we could contribute. it's the infinite money printing machine is what it is, Jake. So my team coming up.
But yeah, nobody expected that. Nobody saw that.
Gosh, and credit where credit's due. So I get it. The questions are all subjective, man. Like, I know we're gonna hear this time and time again. I felt very was like, damn, these round 1 questions are punching. Like they were punching like 2-pointers to me. I don't know if you felt that way whenever you were hearing them roll off. Like, other than maybe 1 or 2, I felt at least 6 out of 8 of those questions where I'm like, whew. I know subjectivity is the name of the game, but they hit hard.
Well, see, it's kind of hard for me to make that correlation because I usually don't know shit anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, I knew some of them, but yeah, they were kind of tough questions. But again, like you said, it's just dependent on whether or not you know it.
True.
And I just didn't know.
Eric coming in saying I won 6 and 9 round 1. Listen,
nice.
Here's very nice. Here's
69.
my thing. Here's nice. So here's my thing with it is it's not so much if I know it ahead of time or anything like that. Like, listen, I'm Jake. I'm with you. I'm batting maybe 2 questions, maybe in round 1 if I'm having a good day or something like that. But for me, it's like, have I even heard of the movie? Or if it's like, do I know the actor they're talking about? And for me, I felt like I was like, I don't recognize these names. I don't recognize these movies. Like, so August Rush was like a round 1 question or something like that. And I'm like, what the No.
Yeah, I had no clue on that.
I was like, what in the world? So that being said, I can see, but again, listen, you have top tier competitions, a number 1 contenders match, followed by a title match and a pay-per-view. They should be hitting heavy hitter questions. But yeah, it was definitely a big shock to see Dan and Ben, put up what they did in round 1. And this isn't like a shame game. We're not going to hear to be like beating them up or anything like that. But man, that was, no pun intended, the chance to strike for Korruption on this one. Chance going perfect and taking it through. Dude, that was it. I mean, really. And Danger Zone, Leo. Danger Zone using all 3 repeats in round 1 as well. Like,
that, I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, I think that's the first time I've ever seen it use that. I don't want to say recklessly, but, use that aggressively. I've never seen 3 JTEs round 1 because it's just like you usually want to save at least 1 for a 5-pointer. But at that point, I think even Ben and Dan knew, like they saw the scope of the match and they know that this is the points that they're losing right here. And it's not going to matter at the end if they don't cut those points now. So it's like, use the resources you have, which, here's the thing. If they had been to the 5-pointer and it was something that needed time for, they would have been called idiots for it. Right. But They got 2, 3, and 5. Didn't need it. They look like geniuses for using those at the time that they did. Now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'd say geniuses.
I mean, it's brave. It's daring, if nothing else. They were adventurers to go into that unknown territory of using 3 JTEs in round 1.
Yeah, it was definitely a surprise. When Ben used the first one, I was like, okay, it's still early. It's still not like out of reach or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dan used one, and then Ben used another one, and I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I know.
I mean, it didn't matter in the end because they didn't need him later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was weird.
Ballsy. I mean, it was ballsy, but I respect it. I respect it. I think that it was one of the plays where it's like, again, dude, like if you're bleeding points and you need to get that momentum back, I think for them it really was a game of psychology in round 1 for them. Like they started seeing that fallback going in because again, that's a team that statistically speaking should be ahead round 1. Dan and Ben should have been either double perfect or at least damn near tied or ahead by a point, even with chance going perfect. So, I mean, you see your whole game plan fall off the wheels, and you're doing your best to keep it back on the track. I don't blame them one bit for using all 3. I think that was definitely the way to go, despite the fact that they, did fall behind in round 1. People quoted me in the chat saying that who's the boss used it all 3 in Shazam last year, and look what happened. True. And then they used a couple in round 1 against Baltimore, but I don't know if it was all 3. It wasn't all 3 in round 1. This has been the first time I remember thinking it happened this season. Leo being a better historian than me and quoting on the Who's the Boss and Shazam match, though. That one makes sense. I remember if that's something like that.
Leo is he's the one who does the wiki page, so I'm gonna trust him.
Listen, if Leo comes in or Megs comes in and they hit me with a stat, there is a 99% chance I'm gonna trust you guys over what I think it is. 100%. You are very well educated on that one. So
yeah.
Last year was Shazam. It was all 3 in round 1. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, okay, so in maybe one other match in Schmoedown is this the case. It's saying it's an exceptionally rare strategy, but I really wish there was more to talk about on this for round 2 and round 3, but the round 2, round 3 played well. They both went perfect in their things. Yeah. I mean, Korruption, all right, I take it back. Round 2 has a little bit of an extra edge to it because not only are they down round 1, and that's where Ben wants to be comfortable, and typically speaking, I think the strategy for Danger Zone, be ahead round 1. Ben does a lot of heel work and, just kind of like toys with people on that one. And if that would have worked with Korruption and Chance, maybe not. But we didn't really get to see it because Korruption being ahead, that you can talk as much shit as you want. At that point, they felt very comfortable. And then they spin Spinner's Choice. Oh, Cole loves stories. Hey, guys. Hey,
Cole.
How you doing, Cole? What are your thoughts on the match, Cole? Let us know in chat. Jake, when you see Spinner's Choice land for Korruption, are you just like, all right, do you just go take a beer? Like, do you just go take a, like what, how did that feel for you in that?
Wait.
Take a beer. Take a beer break.
Spinner's Choice to take a beer?
Yeah, listen. All right, you know what I mean, Jake. Listen. All right, this is a slap together episode. Work with me here, man. What are we doing? Come on.
No, when I saw it, I wasn't really surprised because it seems to have been coming up a lot this season. And I knew they would do well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, they're good, solid players. They're going to do well on that one, and they got Spinner's Choice. So it was just like, as soon as I was like, all right, comic book movies, and they're going to run with it. And they did. And then, what was it? Dan and Ben got Francis Ford Coppola, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then ran that one, which Ben seemed very well versed in. Again, there's this running like Schmoedown theory joke that it's like, oh, Ben's the 1B player, oh, Ben's the weaker player, Ben's this, and that. And I'm like, all right, sure. I mean, I don't watch the matches. Like, I don't know what to, like, people who aren't watching the matches, maybe they're making a blind argument, but like, I'm like, okay, I'm seeing Ben do as much work as Dan in these tag matches than anything else.
Well, I'm not really surprised that people are doing well with round 2 because that kind of seems to be the theme of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, the last Danger Zone match where they went to multiple choice 5 times and still won.
Yeah.
But it seems like round 2 is not the equalizer that it used to be.
Mm-mm. And that's something we were talking about just before the show. And that's kind of something I want to present. And I know I already kind of got your opinion on it, but we got to get it on camera and on live. Is, to chat and to Jake. Is round 1 the more important round this season?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm 100% with you on it. I'm 100% with you. It's crazy because it felt like round 2 some seasons it felt like round 2 for the past few seasons has been the make or break thing. Like, it felt like we were cleaning up on round 1s for a while. And you know what? I say this. I think it's a credit to the question writing team on it for really bringing their age. Like, I feel like, what was it? Last season was whenever we had been a big recycling of questions from round 1, right? So we had the older season ones coming on through. And everybody kind of had the criticism that it felt like the round 1 questions were a little softballing for right now, like a little too easy. And then we come into this season, and boy, the question writers take that to heart and really ramp up round 1 in a whole different way.
What the fuck, PJ?
Says, wow, Alex got a whole lot uglier. I don't know who Plit is. Thank you, Plit, for joining. Team question writers. No shit, man. Shout out.
Let me sign into the C2A account and ban Paul real quick.
While you're starting your war with PLD per usual on this one. Paul, I appreciate that you updated the fantasy roster already, by the way.
Aren't you supposed to be like saving lives and shit?
Yeah, I was about to say, Paul, you're too busy to do everything else, but you had those scores updated pretty quick, bud. I'm gonna call you on your consistency. Huh? Where are you at? Jake and Paul should have a daily show, says Ross and Bristow.
I couldn't stand to look at his fucking face every day.
Might as well just put like you and Paul and Gucci and Kaiser into just one episode, and it just be like continual bullshitting to each other. Like it would be, however, it wouldn't. First of all, the show would never stop. The talking would just keep on.
I mean, it's bad enough that for like the last 3 or 4 months, once a month, me and Paul are on the World Girls together. Mm-hmm. And like that's more than enough than I need to see that fucking mustache.
I can't wait to finally do like a PLD mockumentary and grow a mustache and just grow it like for it. I can't.
Oh yeah, I see you trying.
Hey, this isn't trying. This is me shaved, all right? I can do a mustache. Listen, Paul's only famous for his mustache because he put money up for it, okay? I can grow a fucking grown man mustache whenever I just want to do it that. But speaking of putting up money, Ben Rayner says, I say the importance of order for me is 1, 3, and then 2. 5-pointer seems more important now more than ever. Thank you, Ben, for that handsome $14.99. I won't disagree with you, Ben. I wouldn't disagree with you at all. I think right now, this season specifically, it feels like round 2, even with all the crazy new slices on there, feel like, all right, it's just a bump in the road. We're like round 1, you tune in, and then we're going to tell by round 3 if it's going to really come down to the 5-point question or not. AJ hits us with round 1 in teams is the most important round in Schmoedown. Round 2 in singles, IG is still make or break. Round 3 is probably the biggest in Star Wars. Yeah. I mean, I would probably agree with. I was thinking 5 rounding for a second, and I was like, that's like the betting round, but everybody always just bets 3 in Star Wars. But yeah, in a 3-round match, round 3 or round 1, I don't know, AJ. I'm kind of torn on that one for Star Wars because you miss 1, that was it. Barring Damon and Dimalanta's last match, which has been like the most inaccurate Damon's probably been in Schmoedown since his first 2 matches. Other than Dan and Ben, I said it was because of their lead in round 1 versus Rushmore that they felt confident in navigating round 2. 100%. I completely agree with you. I think that if they didn't have that heavy lead in round 1, dude, it would have been a much very different game. Psychologically, that would have been totally different going into round 2 with Rushmore, which it's not often that I'm a Roka shill, but JTE is my money win. He is the breadwinner of this of my fantasy roster. So I was sitting there and saying, could have been any other match. You guys dropped round 1. Could have been any other match. Couldn't have been Rushmore, but it's cool. It's fine. JTE, he's still got plenty of season left to keep racking up those points for a last round pick for me. But we're not here to talk about fantasy. You want to tune in for Nat's fantasy update that comes out live, and he
They're
will
so fucking salty about fantasy.
I am. But you know what? My strategy's paying off a little bit. Like I've got a little bit of everybody in teams, so every team's match I just get a little, get a little bit fatter, and get a little bit taller up on the ladder. Nat, who is in charge of those fantasy updates, currently ranked last by a decent margin. We love you, Nat. But to wrap up Korruption and Danger Zone, yeah, dude, the jets went down in the old Danger Zone. The aircraft went down, and the boys took the L on this one. Korruption, well-earned match, man. I mean, they came in and they showed up. Chance really played. And here we are again with Korruption ready to take a title shot on it, which is just like, I feel like every season this is going to be becoming a running thing now where we're going to blink and it's just going to be like, oh, Korruption's doing a title match again. It's in last place now, Dylan. Why is that? Why we have no fantasy league segment? Maybe that's a good theory, Danny. I don't know. Take that up with Nat.
I'm gonna say, so we got Korruption versus Shazam coming up. Yep. They both played amazing tonight. Like, there's not really anything I can say other than, Mike missed a couple first round questions, but I don't think I've ever seen a game like Shazam played. Like,
no,
that's as perfect as you could get without any steals.
Right.
Like that is as good as it gets. That's 100% PPE.
Right.
And we need Megs here to fucking confirm it.
Megs is going to be like, whoa! Yeah, it is. Like, it's 100%. They went max on points for betting. They didn't defer down the multiple choice once. They hit every speed round question, didn't drop it, no steals, 100% PPE. I was keeping up with it at that point because Bibbs is on my fantasy roster. So, of course, I'm very invested in the points that we're earning on this one. So, that being said, yeah, dude, holy shit. What a match for this title. First of all, so Shazam, all right, Shazam's perfect one. We're gonna continue to praise on this one. I mean, obviously, this will be a talking point. But man, you want to talk about a hell of a performance putting together Jeff Snyder. And before we reveal it, before we drop the spoiler, okay, you guys already know, you've watched the mess. But before we get to the spoiler, Jake, going into the match, what was your thought? Were you thinking it was gonna be JTE? Was it gonna be Clark Wolf returning back?
Oh no, I was 100% set on Janine.
Yeah, that's two of us. I was okay. I take it back. I wasn't 100%. I was like 80-20 that it was going to be Janine.
I thought maybe Jacoby, maybe Alex Damon, but I was like, no, it's got to be Janine.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this, right? So Janine, God, especially coming off our match with Marisol, talking about like having incredible showings and feeling like you're if you lose a match but you're losing up, right? And I know that's something that she probably doesn't take as a consolation prize, but holy shit, dude. Like, Janine has been on fire these past two matches. Perspective. I don't got the stats in front of me. I'm not that guy. I only am that guy when I steal it from Megs and I look smarter for it. But Jeff Snyder, debatably best tag or best teams player in the league. I mean, there's a pretty strong argument for that. Most renowned, most prestigious on that one. And Janine came in and not to say that he played bad. He played great in this match too. But Janine made him look like the 1B player in this match. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Like, she cared.
No, you're not.
Yeah, dude. I mean, she came in and did so much work. Round two, cleaned out the whole run. Jeff looking just cozy. Round two, just kicking it. And I don't know if he knew many of those questions or not. It felt like, obviously, this was a Janine slice. And he was just like, hey, I trust you. Go for it. And for that to go on and Janine to clean up like she did, wow. Yeah, but I mean, 100%. Like, this is.
Yeah, that round two was insane. And especially it being the same category that she had last week. Mm-hmm. And doing the exact same thing. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody's going to give her Frank Capra an opponent's choice.
No. Now they know. They're like, whoa, holy shit. Janine cleaned that up. 6 out of 6 questions, only deferring down to multiple choice once. And I mean, even then, like literally, credit where credit's due. It didn't matter that they played at. I don't have the percentages in front of me, but probably close to 90-something%. They missed 2 round one questions each, and then that was it. Really, the only thing they missed afterwards was it wasn't even a miss. It was defer to 1 point on one of the round 2 questions. They bet 3.
Yeah, though.
3, and then no misses, perfect speed rounds, and then 2, 3, 5s across the board. So say what we will, dude, but man,
when you're in that, like, you can't prepare for that situation. There's nothing else you can do other than go perfect.
Right.
And if someone goes perfect and beats you, but you still make it a competitive game and take it to the 5-point question, you have nothing to fucking hang your head on.
No.
Like that is impressive, and it deserves all the respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's incredible, dude. I mean, it really is. Like, whenever you're even more than that, right? So, not even taking into account that they're playing against a team that's going perfect in a title match that Janine just got slapped together to in this last second thing, never having played with Jeff before, having no previous team synergy or talk and planning and stuff like that. And listen, if anything, we've seen that team synergy is such an important thing of Jeff Snyder as a player. The odd couple, who I remember when I got paired together back in the Korruption tournament back like seasons ago, and I was like, they're going to sweep. That's a ridiculous team. And they got off to a rocky start. Sure, they won. They did great for their first match, and then they tumbled in the second match or something to the Harris brothers. And I remember thinking, like, it took them a little bit to figure out how to work with each other and talk with each other. Like, I remember thinking Roxy was this missing component that really took them to the next level because they started talking, they started actually clicking, and that synergy mattered. So seeing Mark and Draco and Jeff Snyder taking that long to get there, to get to a championship level, and then seeing Jeff and Janine take that into a championship level under crazy circumstances and still perform that well, dude, my God.
Yeah. And Roxy deserves all the fucking credit in the world.
Yeah.
Like, if I know last year people were kind of doubting her, even though I saw what she was doing and how she was able to bring her players together, calm them down, get their heads back together, specifically Snyder. But the shit she's been doing this season, it's just been bad breaks.
Yeah.
Like, she has been managing her ass off. And I don't think there's anything else that she can do. She can't help people answer questions. Hey, Cam. Like, she can't, like what else can she do? She is by far one of the best managers in the league, if not the best. And it just comes down to the questions. There's nothing you can fucking do about that.
And you can prep and you can train and you can do it all day, but the players will either know it and they'll pull it, or they don't know it outright, and you can't do anything about that as a manager at that point. But this is definitely a thing I want to talk about. Is just a certain bias and management skills and things like that, like how managers are perceived in Schmoedown, where you can see Roxy, who I would argue has been the most influential manager on her whole faction for bringing and stepping up players to a whole nother level. Like, by and far, I would argue that she's probably the best at that in this past season and last season. I mean, last season she ended the faction, or ended the season, with the Star Wars and the tag team belts under her reign. But because she didn't draft Adam Collins and he didn't run this gambit of a thing, and because it didn't get certain W's, which seems ridiculous, right? Because I get it. There's the argument to be made, well, the faction that is on top should be like the best manager or something like that. But at the end of the day, like, so many fans only want to look at the W's. So many fans only want to look at the records. And it's my big thing. I'm like, no, look at the matches. It's the same people who are saying that, like, Ben is a sloppy player or something like that he's the weaker one, and we see him doing giant carries in some of these Danger Zone tag team matches. In the same way, they're only looking at Roxy's players' performances, but they're not seeing where they could have been, how much worse they could have been, how much more they could have tanked if it wasn't for Roxy really bringing in the work as a manager.
And the performances have not been bad.
The
other people have just been a little bit better. And that, I know that's got to hurt. That's got to fucking sting.
Yeah. I mean, way you look at it, nobody wants to sit there and lose and hear you played really well. Like, you're just, listen, the salt's real afterwards. Like,
yeah. And I'm not going to throw shade on the rookies. Well, maybe a little bit. But, like, you see the differences between a match like the two that we saw tonight, and then you see some of the rookie matches that we've seen where they're getting like 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that doesn't fucking cut it.
Nope.
And you cannot fault the elite players that are losing to other elite players because like one or two questions were missed. That is an entirely different fucking ball game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, early matches coming into the league, you can get away with missing 3, 4, 5 questions or something like that. High league stuff, you see it. You literally see it. This match, back to Shazam. I mean, talking about another crazy story with that. If you missed one question, you lost this match in a tag team match. Yeah. That is the margin right now. Like, that's the margin across all the high level play, I would argue. Star Wars, you miss a question, you lose. Tags or the teams, you miss a question, you lose. Guys, that margin is razor thin. And the chance of anybody just missing one random question is absurd. So that is just the level of play we're at. And I don't know. I feel like there is a consistent argument that comes up, particularly against Janine, because she's just one of these players who hasn't gotten the belt and shown an accolade to show where it is. But I'm going to sit here and be pointing at this match and her last match. And honestly, there's at least several other matches that I'm like, listen, quit looking at records. Quit looking at accolades. You got to see the performance they're putting in it. And this match showed against all factors and things like that. Janine was playing at a championship level.
Yeah. And it's not just this match and the last match. She has done that time and time again.
Right.
And just barely come up short. And it's like, what? There's no answer for that. It's how the questions fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's nothing that you can do to, like, say, okay, do this better. Like, no, she has the knowledge.
Hey, be luckier that the questions that you know get divvied into the question pool for this match. Have you tried that, guys? Like, what's so... like, come on, like, what are you going to do about that? It's, and God, especially so with this match. But, so, without getting into the deep breakdown, obviously, Shazam goes perfect. The odd couple, as Christian and Mark so eloquently described Janine and Jeff as.
Well, Christian never said it.
That's
Christian was only referring to them as Janine and Jeff.
Right.
So Mark was the only one who said the otter couple.
If they do decide to stick, and I know, like, during the post-game interviews, they were talking about, keeping that as the team moving forward. And, I mean, it makes as much sense as anything else, unless they pull some crazy trade or try to do something like that. But, I mean, after seeing that performance, I'm like, no, let's see what we can do with this team with some time and some, like, work now. Because now that you've seen what it's capable of, I'd be like, and for me, I selfishly would love to see a JTE trade and get like a Patriots reunion and stuff like that. And that's because I think as a fan, like, sure, we see the potential to be there, and who wouldn't want a Patriots reaction or reunion, just like we wouldn't want to see a team action reunion. The flip side of that,
you're also a selfish motherfucker.
I am, and both of them are in my fantasy league. So that would just be double the points for me. I don't have Janine on mine. I've got Jeff on mine though. But admittedly, if you're Roxy and there is to 9 other people picking on that one. Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. So let's hold on. Let me double check. All right, so she is on yours. Fuck you, Jake. But
yes, Janine, you are on my team, my friend. Action Army OG.
She couldn't be picked 10 times, Jake. I couldn't do anything about that. You picked her. I couldn't. Anyway, spinning this on that. The point is with that stuff, though, is that, you see, if you're Roxy and you see this match play, like, woo, I imagine you probably get a little excited. You're like, okay, wow. I thought it was going to be like two great players playing together, but there is a potential. There is a ceiling for this. PLDs and Abby Spring, not this one.
Mister, I'm working for 24 hours and can't join C2A.
Couldn't do a thing, huh? Wow.
Couldn't do it, huh?
Quick commercial break, everybody. We just got some interesting news from Cam that, PLDs and PLD says, I'm in both. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We see you. 3 letters. I didn't know PLD stands for fucking traitor. Wow. I can multitask.
Good old petty limp dick over there.
No, you can't. No, you can't, Paul. Not according to the chat earlier today. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Cam, enjoying the banter per usual. I see you, Paul. I see you.
Well, anyway. I'm hoping that it's a slow night for crime and emergencies since you're fucking working the 911 call center. Yeah.
The only emergency right now is this, and you didn't show. It's the most important call of your life. Damn, don't sugarcoat it. Fuck no, I'm not. I see you, Paul. I'm going to be sliding into those DMs later, talking even more. This is harsh. Oh, my God. I'm going to get you on a no-chill episode, you son of a bitch. I'm going to tear you up. It's going to be a whole Me and Nat are going to make you feel so awkward and embarrassed.
Oh, God, please let me be a co-host.
I'm not going to give away. I'm not going to give away any more stuff. If you do want to find out more behind-the-scenes stuff or even more reviews on No Chill, me and Nat here soon. We're going to be doing full-on review and reactions and talking about behind-the-scenes stuff and what we could have said. And you can catch that on our Patreon, calltoaction.com. But we're not here to plug that right now. We're here to talk about this match and kind of wrap up on it.
Right. No. Hold up. You ain't just moving past that.
Okay.
So you're going to do a show basically on the comebacks you wish you would have thought of while you were in the moment.
No. All right. Sorry, fine. I didn't want to flesh it all the way out, but for those who want to know, me and Nat, we're going to go back and we're going to watch, I know we've got 4 episodes so far of No Chill, mind you, but we're going to go back and we're going to watch it through and just kind of give some quick takes on some bits that we were thinking about doing, what the reactions were behind the scenes and some of just banter and stuff like that. So it's more behind the scenes talking, giving some insights into the discussions and things that go into a No Chill episode and maybe bits that we had in mind, but we didn't play for whatever reason. We just forgot or just moved on from a joke or something.
You do you, boo-boo.
Listen, we've got so much content and bits for like every episode that we do of that. So not everything makes the cut, and most things are too inappropriate to make the cut. Okay, that's not true. At least one bit per episode is cut because we said it was way too inappropriate. But if you want to find out what that inappropriate bit is, make sure to subscribe to Patreon. /call-to-action. We're gonna do our best.
Pointed at the anchor link.
For my screen, it pointed. What? No, it's like right. Hold on. That's Patreon.
It's in the middle, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm pointing at.
Yeah, there you go.
But at my point, I got to point at an angle because it's like, listen, Jake, I don't want to hear this shit from you.
What did you expect having me on?
God dang it, Jake. Anyway, so closing thoughts on Shazam. All right, so yeah, I had some closing thoughts with it. So Shazam, champs again. And I want to say, God bless. 2 of them, you could not pick 2 of the more wholesome people to sit there and be champions. Like Brendan Meyer's reaction right off the bat, like almost immediately in tears. Like I'm gonna start tearing up if I talk about it. You take it, Jake. You take it. You saw.
No, I want to see you cry.
No, I don't want to. So wholesome. And Brendan Meyer, Bibbs, again, these guys fucking love this game. And being able to see 2 dudes who are incredibly professional and know their shit and just loving and seeing it moving forward. This is, again, you're talking about the most baby faces, the most these are truly beloved players. And man, you see why. Like, it's one thing to be a beloved player, but it's another thing to play so damn good together. Still annoyed at Bibbs' camera angles. That's fair, Will. I think Andrew DeMolanta...
Yeah, that is very fair.
Andrew DeMolanta probably screams every time he watches Bibbs' camera angle because he cares so much about, looking professional and putting those angles and things like that. And he's not the only one. Obviously, you're in that camp, and I'm in that camp with you. Some of those angles, I'm just like, Oh, Bibbs, what is this? I can't be doing that, or I don't. I'm not going to show that. That's my piece.
Well, yeah, don't show us your balls, bro.
That's not my ball sack. But anyway, so listen. All right, it's not that bad, but Cam arguing Bibbs has the best angles. Cam, which do you like more, Bibbs' angles or both of Shazam breathing into the mic? Let me know which you like.
I love that. I love that comment from Christian. Said the next category is like this breathing on the mic disaster.
Yeah. Paul says the only emergency tonight has been people looking at that face, Jake.
That's cute.
Paul, can you Streamlab that to us? I can't seem to see that comment whenever I pull it up. I need it on the Streamlab.
You literally just read it.
Jake, let me have this, okay? Paul's in 2 streams. He's not paying attention, all right? So Cam says
he's too good. He's too good for us.
That's true. I mean, it's true. I saw him on the rundown the other day too. Can you believe that? Wow. Which is crazy.
I mean, he was with Frank, so does that really mean anything?
It doesn't. But I mean, wow, okay. I mean, I'm just saying we've won awards too. We won awards too. We won as many as awards.
2 times.
2 times. Going for 3. Don't know.
Back to back. Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. But nobody wants to listen. More than anything, even if it was, we haven't had our best year so far. That's all I'll say about that. But I will say this, is that, you know what? To be fair, who wants to see somebody win the title? Who wants to see somebody win the title, that same award, 3 times in a row? People are going to be fed up with us. They're going to be like, fuck these C2A guys. I'm tired of seeing them win the stupid award. Like,
yeah, they've kind of already been saying that.
Yeah, so, all right, let them see it. But hey, we're still going to get nominated. Fuck y'all. But anyway, No Chill will guarantee the 3rd. Oh, can you flatter me? It should, though. It's listen, I can't. We're here to talk about these matches. We're here to talk about the matches, Cam. But
didn't we already talk about matches?
Yeah, we did, but I don't know. Any closing thoughts? Chat, what did you think? What did you think? It was a perfect match. Janine showed up. Jeff played great. Team potential with that. I'm not missing anything. Hit me with that. I know I run a tight ship on this YouTube channel. Whenever I come on, we don't do these 5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Jake. Wow, Jake. Wow. I see it. I see the respect oozing out of this response. No, go on. No, go ahead.
No, dude.
No. You've got thoughts?
I thought we were done, man.
Cam coming in with saying, I'm excited for Mara and Dan in LA hanging out with Gucci, Rachel, Spence, and Kaiser. Oh, okay, that's right. Well, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that promo. Yo, that was a fire promo. I know I missed that, talking about the Anderson thing. Kaiser coming out and saying, let's do the champs. And then Mara comes in. And then we got Smets back. We finally got Smets back in there. Oh, my God. Talk about warming my heart. Just even Smets, just seeing him jump around for a little bit, I'm like, good for you, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I loved that. I don't want to ever give Kaiser credit for anything, but it was a good promo. I'm pretty sure he didn't come up with the idea for it.
Sure he didn't.
I think that was probably a collaboration between Mara and Kevin.
Yeah. Quirky Marks are now in 2nd place with 31 points. Really? Wow. That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, all things considered, though, if you tell me that Quirky Marks don't actually sneak ahead with it, I mean, again, Quirky Marks are having the Rockstar season. They have the tag titles, and they have the Star Wars Championship.
I mean, you're phrasing what a Rockstar season didn't really.
Well, that's how Rockstars ended last season. Rockstars ended with titles in both of those categories, and now Quirky Marks are running the same thing. I mean,
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. Hashtag Smash Cancer. Hell yes, brother. Jake says, yeah, I'll give you that one, Jake. I don't know which one he's talking about, but he gave it to you.
Hey, Tyler can give it to me any day. Wait, what? Wait.
So, guys, that's going to be our show this evening. I don't got any closing thoughts, Jake, unless you do. I'll pass the ball to you, buddy. Here you go.
I'll catch it.
You already caught it on the wrong side. That ball is just rolling down the street now.
No, I got nothing, man. It was a great night for matches. It was a great night for Schmoedown. For the people who haven't seen it, can't wait till you do when it goes public. Some good shit.
Yeah. Good shit, buddies. Good shit. Make sure to go watch it if you haven't seen it already.
I think I will say, what's today? Friday? I don't know what days are.
It's Friday, Jake. My God.
Okay, so Sunday we're gonna have Call to Action Live with William Bibiani. Brendan couldn't make it. He wanted to, but he couldn't. But so yeah, we got Live with Bibiani on Monday or Sunday. Monday, I don't know if Megs is doing another Action After report or After Action report. I know she's on the road right now.
Right, yeah, being Memorial Day, I'm not sure on that one. So Monday might be out, but again, it's Memorial Day. Y'all are going to be eating burgers and getting hammered or some shit, whatever people do on Memorial Day. I don't know.
Yeah, so we might have some stuff coming up. We'll let you know. It'll be on Twitter and everything. As far as tonight, I think this is it. Yep.
I mean, as far as Friday night, this is it. Until Sunday, everybody make sure to tune in Sunday for Call Live. Following that, make sure to tune in for Twitch Tuesday next week. It's there every week.
That thing.
Yeah, that monstrosity. Make sure to tune in for that. If you want to know what we got planned, spoiler, we don't. That's going to be...
Do
I ever? Me personally.
Do you ever have anything planned for Twitch Tuesday?
That's totally against the policy of that's against the whole idea of the show, Jake. My exact pitch was, I want a show where we have nothing planned. Ideally, I just wanted us to all hang out and it just be an excuse, but then me and that just only one who wants to come on. Well, that's not true. Kelsey's come on before. Alex has come on a couple times. Paul's come on once. Belford's there pretty often. So
I can't do Twitch. It doesn't work for me.
Danny says, "Who are we rating?" Danny, I don't know if we can't do that on YouTube, which is a shame because I would rate Freel's stream if she's still streaming. I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be our show. Make sure.
We could just go over there.
I mean, yeah, everybody. I can't do like a rate official. But hold on, let me pull up Every Field stream. Every Field. Jake, banter for a second.
Nah, I'm good.
Thanks, Jake. You're the best. So let me.
C2A sent you, and Paul can eat a dick.
Yep, Paul can eat a dick. C2A sends all their love, guys. Thank you for coming in and hanging out and talking about the match. I'm so glad we got to share some of that hype energy from it. Make sure to tune in on Sunday for Call Live for even more stuff, even with Bibbs in the show. Can't wait to hear what he has to say about it. Otherwise, that's our show. Hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy Memorial Day and all that jazz, and we'll catch you later.